The one thing we have to worry about is getting it home over 2,500 miles.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Now let me take you guys back to the beginning of this story. This all started a couple of weeks ago when we decided to take another road trip all the way from Southern California back to Buffalo, New York. This is actually the second time this year that we did this trip. With that in mind, me, the wife, our 3 dogs, we packed up the travel trailer, packed up the truck, and we jumped on the highway. Then while we were driving, I had the idea, what if I actually look for some C5 Corvette parts? I'm still trying to decide if I want to sell the C5 or if I want to finish the build and get it done with. Now, as I'm looking for C5 Corvettes, I've had the idea of, what if we just purchase a vehicle while we're on the East Coast? Which to me, it made some sense. When we were back in town, I looked on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace for anything and everything, just to see if there was anything that was cool that caught my eye. And then the one crazy thing happened. One of my friends from high school purchased his very first motorcycle. I'm not gonna lie, before I was into cars, I was into motorcycles. Sold my last road legal motorcycle years and years ago, but we still have the dirt bikes now. I've ridden my sister's motorcycle around here and there, but getting on a motorcycle that was more similar to what I was used to made me get the itch again.
And with all that being said, we went off to the motorcycle shop to go look at a couple motorcycles. And there was plenty of options, as you can imagine.
This is like, you're linked over way more. This is the 1000 double R. These are the big boy adventure bikes. Like, yeah, I don't like.
Look, it's a jack-o'-lantern.
These are jackets. This is all dirt bike stuff.
Doing some looking around and doing some research, we did settle on a motorcycle that we wanted to purchase. They told us to come back the very next day to come pick it up. We were on a big time crunch because we had an appointment to be somewhere by 1. They told us to come pick up the motorcycle by 12 noon. It took them a little bit longer to have the motorcycle ready, so we had to hurry. Not gonna lie to you guys, I was a little bit nervous. We didn't have much time to really look over everything before I had to jump on the bike, and we were on our way. But after riding it for a couple of seconds, everything all came back to me. I must hurry. Must hurry.
Okay guys, so this is not exactly what the plan was. Well, I'm lying. The plan kind of was to buy something, but didn't expect it to be this. So yeah, you can see behind me, this is the 2023 Honda CBR 500F. And this guy, it's been fun. We've been driving it around for the past week or so here in Buffalo, and it's been great. I got a chance to take it out with my sister, chance to take it out with my friend with his new motorcycle as well, and I got a chance to ride it a ton. I did like almost 300 miles on this bike, I want to say, so far, and it's been a blast. I am really excited for this thing just because we can take this thing with us. We can use it in LA if we want, but the real goal is to be able to take this guy with us wherever we go. So either we'll have a dirt bike with us or we'll have this guy with us as a support vehicle. And yeah, I'm really excited for it. This thing looks great, it drives great. It's not the perfect motorcycle, but I think it will fit the need that we have. So I'm excited for that. There's not much more to say about the bike, at least for right now, but the one thing we have to worry about is getting it home over 2,500 miles, and I didn't bring any of my motorcycle ramps or tie downs or wheel chalk. at all. And we're packing up to leave today. We got a lot of stuff to prepare. Didn't expect to get a bike and have to bring it home. So we got a lot of problem solving we're gonna have to do, but we'll take care of that.
We didn't bring any of our motorcycle carrying gear with us, but shout out to my father-in-law who literally built a ramp. That was probably one of the most impressive things I've ever seen being done. I wasn't sure how that was gonna work, but it worked well. So we were able to get the motorcycle up on top of the trailer. I did have to purchase a new motorcycle wheel chock, and we had some straps and tie down. So we were able to secure the motorcycle to the front of the trailer. What we had to kind of do was lean it slightly forward, but we did have a brace up against the toolbox, and that thing wasn't moving at all. We had multiple strap down points to make sure that the motorcycle wouldn't move front to back, side to side, or up and down. We had to do some modifications to the motorcycle. We did have to take off one of the fenders because we just didn't want it to rub up against anything, even though the clearance was actually pretty good. And we did slide over the handlebars just to make sure we had ample amount of clearance.
Okay, we're about to hit the road. Everything is pretty much loaded up. I'll show you guys real quick. The back of the truck is pretty much complete. This time we're gonna be running with no stuff in the back. No stuff in the back seat, just the dogs. And then we have the motorcycle. So we have to do a couple things to make this thing fit. We have this in the front. It's all strapped down. We have it kind of like leaning over this way, having a support. And we have a ton of different ratchet straps keeping it locked down. We did do a quick test to make sure this thing is pretty rock solid, and it's pretty rock solid. The trip back begins now.
First fuel up, and she seems to be literally
Perfect. Still nice and tight. Nice and tight. Yeah, this ain't moving. Let me just look. First fill up, and she's pretty good. Okay, one fill up down. Truck's still going well. We're in like, I don't even know what state. I think like Ohio. A lot more to go. Okay, second stop. The setup is still looking good. This is still on there. We're just doing a walk around to make sure setup is still correct. Yeah. So far, so good.
Okay, cool. So it is much later in the afternoon. It's like 11 o'clock p.m. Our goal is to make it to St.
Louis tonight. I think we're gonna go past that. We'll see if we can make it to Tucson. But the setup, it's actually been pretty well. It's been going pretty well. Give it a quick shake. It's kind of still shaking the whole unit, making sure this is all tight still. This is all tight. Try to give it that little half-wheel turn. The setup is pretty gnarly, not gonna lie to you. It's towing actually great, so we did put weight Normally you don't want to put weight in the back of the trailer, but we put a little bit just to balance it out a little bit more. But the setup is looking great. Oh, we can only put one of these guys over there. It was gonna hit the motorcycle, so I just put that in the back. So we got one over here. All right, everything looks good, so we're gonna keep on moving. Actually, I'm gonna clean up my windshield. I am gonna do a video that's gonna be just traveling with dogs.
What are you doing, Stinky?
Texas right now. When we were on the highway, some guy on a bike drove by and like literally he pulled up and like looked over and he was just like, all right, and gave us a little wave when he kept driving. I think it is pretty sick though. This is a pretty sick setup, not gonna lie. Really happy with the way things are turning out. Getting it off the trailer, that's gonna be another story. It's definitely a lot heavier than the dirt bike, but yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. I think I'm definitely gonna keep this setup for the dirt bike. The goal for tonight is to make it to Albuquerque, and then tomorrow we'll finish the trip. So, and then we have horror night Thursday. So we gotta get back home. It is, my clock is dead. It's like 2 something in the morning. I pulled over. I'm gonna try to just sleep in here without the dogs. Angelia said she's just kind of just is asleep. I'm gonna try to get some more sleep so I can finish the drive in the morning. I'm gonna set my alarm and try to get up at like 7 a.m. and then just knock out this drive. So have my little light. That's all I need. Slept in here last night. We're about 8 hours away. Let's finish up this trip. Dogs just got fed. Now it's just time to make it back to storage unit, drop all this stuff off. It is Wednesday morning. So we actually are making up time. So back. Now we just gotta unload. It's like 104 degrees out. God help me.